definitely been a moment. Absolutely. Hello. Hey there, girl. What's up? Hopefully you can hear me okay. Now, you have been very busy. You have been extremely busy. How are you?
I'm hanging on. How are you?
I am in the same boat, just making the music, building community, all that good stuff. As I said in that little intro there, but now that we have some friends tuning in, we're just going to jump right on into it. So I was like looking on your page, and I did tune into your show just the other day on your own live stream. So tell me about any upcoming live music that you may have, such as the Rooster Walk Festival. That was one of the big ones that I saw. And who else is going to be on that lineup or was on that lineup, and what your set looks like? Because I know you're also a writer too.
Yeah.
You're a writer. Lots of original music.
Lots of good stuff. Yeah, so I'm a singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and a music producer. Um, so it's a lot. It's a lot, but we do what we gotta do.
And you're
Um,
killing it. And you're killing it.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
I
You
appreciate that.
really are. You
Uh,
really are.
I appreciate that. So the Rooster Walk was sort of like a last minute thing. It was so cool. At what my show for Hi guys. My show in December for So Far in I think Raleigh. Um One of the people I was like shredding in front of, like I like to walk around like shredding people's faces like
Yeah.
to get the crowd going and
That's
whatnot.
it.
And one of the people happened to be like close friends with the guy who runs Rooster Walk. Um and so he loved my performance so much that he was like, dude, like you have to check this girl, like you have to put her like find like some room for her in the festival. And so we got emailed by him. And we're doing two sets on Sunday, May 25th, so the last day of the festival. We're doing it on two stages. I think it's the eye level stage is the second one, and then the first one is the Pine Grove stage. I have no idea what either of those mean, but if anyone's familiar with the Rooster Walk, then yeah, then that's what it is. And I think last year, like maybe years before, they had like Marcus King on there, but I think the people playing now is Trampled by Turtles. One of them's Lettuce. There's another one that I liked, Isaac Haddon. So those are some of the people on the lineup. It's gonna be very fun, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Super sick. So when you shred in people's faces, I'm assuming you have a wireless system.
Yes.
So that awesome. I love that. I love that. So
Always
you
go
get,
wireless. Like
I
I never
know,
know what I'm gonna do.
like just to be kind of that up close and personal with people, and they can really, especially if they're in like instrumentalists too, they can really see what you're doing and kind of get
Mhm.
a feel for, just your artistry again, just up close and personal with that wireless system. You get to make a really decent connection with the crowd that way. Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
I try.
yeah, if I were a promoter as well, which I do host events sometimes, I would absolutely book you too. I mean, there's no doubt.
In New
Like,
York, right?
yeah,
New Yorkers
upstate,
for
like
the
I think,
win.
yeah, think like not the tall skyscrapers, but more so the cows
Mm-hmm.
and the fields. Like that's kind of where I am in the wilderness section of New York. Think central.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this one goes. Where is it located? Silver Lion. You said North Carolina.
The Rooster Walk is located in Virginia.
Virginia. Okay, no
Yeah.
idea. Well, okay, ignore me. Virginia. So if you are in Virginia, definitely check
Yep.
that out. I wish I was closer for that because, you're definitely like right where a lot of artists would like to be with playing the festivals with other artists too. That can be a lot more fulfilling than perhaps playing a bar corner by yourself or something like that. You can really see others shine and do their thing as well. So that's what I appreciate about festivals too. So moving on to our next question, which we will be taking some fan questions at the
Looking
end.
forward to it.
What initially attracted you to the guitar, and when did you start to incorporate that double bass feature in with
Ooh,
the guitar? Because that's so cool. I do like that.
we're getting into my lore. Oh man.
Yeah, going a little bit back on the feed there. I was definitely stalking.
So what got me into guitar, like I'm trying to think. My first instrument wasn't guitar. My guitar was actually the last instrument that I started to learn, and that was like only like a couple of years ago.
Dang,
Um,
nice. Good for you.
yeah, so
You're really good.
I was put in vocal and piano lessons when I was 9 years old. So my first instrument was actually piano. Um,
Really cool.
and then from there in high school, I picked up ukulele, percussion, and bass, and then I picked up guitar. And
Wow. So you got a whole
so a
repertoire.
whole
Nice.
thing, but initially like guitar was like I was always fascinated with it. Like there was never a moment where I wasn't thinking about I want to play guitar. But
Mhm.
I felt like I had to like kind of build myself up for it. So like I was like I need to learn this instrument first, then this instrument, then I could learn this instrument. My brain's weird. Like I'm neurodivergent, so like my brain is like, okay, do this first, do this one. So it was like I had to like it was like guitar to me was like the boss level. So
Okay.
like I was like
Yeah,
in
I
video
get it.
game terms, it was the boss level of instruments for me. And then the rest of the
Yeah.
instruments that I've been learning since then are like side quests. So right now I've been teaching myself how to play banjo and like violin. Those are just like side quests, like instruments that I'm like, yeah, this will seem fun. Violin's really hard. It is not fun.
Dude, yeah,
But
that is like probably next to drums because I just feel like that being the heartbeat of the band or the project that takes a definitely a some finesse, a different skill set, but violin is definitely one of the hardest. And
it's up there.
I've
It is
heard,
really up
yeah.
there.
I feel
I
like even if
have
you play
been
for, yeah,
it's been it's been a pain in my ass, but we're working on it. Um like just word of advice, just because it sounds like shit at first doesn't mean you should give up. Just
literally, right
practice
on.
makes progress. I always like to say, but so I going back to the question because I always get sidetracked with these things is that I I don't know, like when I was a kid, I watched Prince on MTV, like when MTV was a thing in the early 2000s, right? Like
Right,
I was like
yeah.
5 years old, like sitting at the like box TV in my parents' living room eating like friggin' what is it? Fruit Loops. And I'm like, "Oh my God, like this dude is so cool." I'm like, "Mom, who is this guy?" And she's like, "Oh, that's Prince." And I'm like, "Prince, tell me about him like right now. Give me like the whole rundown." And like she tells me, like he plays all these instruments, he like makes all his songs, and like that was like the moment when I was like, I want to do that shit like right now. And like that was like my Prince was like my biggest inspiration because I was like, dude, like if he can do it, like I want to certainly try it because that shit looks really cool.
Yeah.
Um, so I guess that's what really started the whole guitar thing, and then kind of like the build up for like all those years. And then the bass, the double neck thing, going back to that part of the question was a COVID thing,
Gotcha.
pandemic
Okay.
thing. So during COVID, I was really getting into like, making this more of my career, like showing like what I do and whatnot, giving people like a sneak peek of what I do and whatnot and
Hmm.
yada yada yada. Yeah. Um, and I was having a hard time because I didn't have a band. So
Yeah.
when I was trying to like play multiple instruments, it was like really hard. And I was like, how do I do this and make this easy? I got a loop station, and I was like, okay, that works. But then I want to make sure that it's right on like right on point every time I transition. So I'm like, I can't just hurry up and grab this instrument, put it on, and like have it be right where I want it to be. So then I used to stack up my guitar and my bass, and that was like over like 50 pounds on my back, and that was painful having to like adjust the straps and whatnot, and that was a pain. So I was like, there has to be an easier way to alternate between bass and guitar, because this is not fun. So
And you did.
this is not
Yeah.
busing. We're not having a good time. So I did some research, looked up bass, guitar combinations. Eastwood had one, and I was like, okay, we're gonna work with this. We're gonna get this. So I got that using money I had for my job, um, and the rest is history, I guess. I think I got viral from using that for a video, and that's kind of where everything started to happen. But I never seen it as like a permanent thing because it was more like it's the pandemic, no
Yeah.
one's seeing each other, and I need to make live music somehow.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely. I'm very glad that you took that isolation as an opportunity to make something new, even if you didn't have that social, interaction, thus isolation. But yeah, to just kind of put a smile on people's faces during that very anxious time. Which now we're just kind of snowballing into something else, which we have a lot to write about, which is good.
mm-hmm.
A lot to write about on that double neck you got there. Did you use that in a shred collab? Can you remind me?
I did.
Yes.
I did.
So that's definitely like kind of, even if it's not like necessarily a permanent thing, that's when I think of Bella, I often think of the double neck. So that's super dope.
Fair
Super
enough.
awesome.
Fair enough.
And speaking of you as a whole, this next question, it ties right into it. You look and sound like an 80s rocker, just completely like an 80s superstar. And there's I don't know, like a gut feeling I get if somebody's about to blow up, which I feel like it could very well be you. And I'm crossing my fingers because I just feel like, between your voice and just your artistry as a whole, you definitely deserve it. So who are some of your like vintage and modern inspirations when it comes to your songwriting and your sound?
So I would say my top three would be David Bowie,
Yes,
Prince,
rock on.
and Jimi Hendrix. Those are definitely my top three. Others that definitely played an integral role would be Stevie Nicks, Joan Jett, Janis Joplin, and Adele.
Yes, I could definitely see it in Adele collab. Yeah.
Oh,
That's a good
and
one for a modern
another
song.
one, modern, I forgot, Lenny Kravitz.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. I could see you collaborating with a bunch of those people. So
There were a
maybe
lot.
this year. Yeah, gosh. Now you're reminding me. Yeah, literally, right? We got a few that are still alive, but you got me thinking. I feel that Adele kind of, she didn't retire, but she at least is taking a very long break from shows, which I mean, hey, if you have the means, I guess just chill, and she's been through a lot.
Oh,
so
yeah.
But hey, if she does start playing again, I'm gonna manifest that you are the first one she calls.
Stevie Nicks, Lenny, come on. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think Stevie Nicks, she went to Taylor Swift Eras tour. So she's definitely out and about, and she's like supporting a bunch of the modern artists. So yeah, totally. Absolute. So we've kind of been hinting at this, we've been like dropping some little tidbits on the current state of the world. We don't even have to like talk directly about it. You guys already know. So artists are encouraged to just kind of chat with each other about their thought processes and express themselves to rise above any hate or negativity. So what are you being inspired to write about right now, or any fresh ideas that you would like to share with other people or other artists?
This is a hard time for I feel like everyone.
Yeah.
Even for the ones that don't even realize it.
Good
And
way
the
to put it.
ones who are for it and don't realize it's going to hurt them. It's going to be inevitably a hard time for them as well. As a woman of color, as a young woman of color in an industry where people already like to kind of suppress our voices, I think it's the most important time right now is to be vocal about it, whether that is through things like this, using, our platforms and our people to, speak out about it. And obviously, most importantly, our music, right?
Right on.
So I've been writing a slew of things from actual songs songs, to poetry, just, to express at least some of my feelings, for what is going on right now today in the world. And I think, and sharing those, I think what's also important about it is like not only sharing those things with fans, but like to also share with other fellow musicians as well. I think it just shows a sense of community and that we're not alone and that we are better together. So I'm working on my album at the moment, and there are
Yay.
quite a few songs that touch on the current state of things, and they're more or less like warnings of like be like, beware.
Mm-hmm.
We might be living in the Handmaid's Tale in like a year. Like, listen,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Because I think it's important to talk about those things in songs, because like one thing that gets across people fastest is music, is
Mm-hmm.
sound. It is people will, we could scroll through social media and like hear people talk, but one thing's for sure, like once a song plays, that's the first thing that people actually start listening to. And I think as musicians, I feel like we're obligated, no matter where you are in your career, to
Mm-hmm.
use your musical talents, your musical strengths to be vocal about what's going on today.
That was such a good answer. That was such a beautiful neurodivergent mind. Absolutely.
Thank
Like
you.
I'm on the same page, girl. Absolutely. But no, like to as you said, no matter where you are in your career, you could have 5 followers, you could have one. You could
Mm-hmm.
make your account today, or if you have a
Mm-hmm.
million, to even if you're not necessarily writing about the current state of the world, just to express yourself
Mm-hmm.
is part of that resistance.
It is. It exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yep.
trust me, the government don't want you doing that.
Mm-mm.
They
They don't want
don't.
you to. They don't want you to voice
Yeah,
what's going on. They don't want you to voice how you're feeling about the state of things. Absolutely not.
absolutely. And some feathers may be ruffled, but I feel like it is a very feather ruffling time
Right.
nonetheless. So all feathers are going to get ruffled regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel that if you believe in something, if you have a voice, if you have the means to do it, do it. Do it. You never know. Things can catch fire very fast.
Yeah. It's never too late either. It's never too late.
Yeah, never too late, guys. I swear, if you are just wanting to form a band or release something, do
You
it. Do it, yo.
could be like, you could be 60 years old and you're like, I want to learn guitar. Fucking do it. Slap on that wrist brace and fucking do it. Like, I'm
Real. So real.
just do it.
So real. It makes me sad when people think that they can't pursue
Mm-hmm.
something because it's too late in life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you guys, it
Life's
being
too
young
short.
is a
Mm-hmm.
concept. You know what I mean? I feel
Yeah,
like your mind gets more beautiful as you age through
it
different
does.
experiences. Maybe not as innocent as before, but more blossomed,
Right.
more blossomed, more
More
to
well versed in
discuss.
what's going on.
Absolute. So I only have one more question. It does look like there is a question in our little question bubble. So if anybody would like to ask Bella anything, feel free to drop it here or in that little question bubble.
It could be insane.
So
Please ask crazy
yeah,
questions. I live for
whatever,
it.
whatever. It's chill here, guys. So just ask away. This kind of ties into some other previous questions, but are there any recent collaborations that you would like to touch on, or any like last tidbits on what's going on in your life that you would want your followers to know about?
I'm looking at the last question. It's the comments. Someone said, easy to think this way when you're young. Fair enough.
Oh,
I'll say
Paul,
something about that in a
you're a
second.
youngster, Paul. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, Paul.
But
Don't let them.
I guess I've been collaborating with this UK media outlet called Generation W, and we're
Oh
planning
shit,
on
nice.
bringing me out to London in the spring, and I'm really excited for that. So I think that's one collaboration that I could mention. One future collaboration I would like to have would probably be Lenny Kravitz, and Stevie Nicks, and Joan Jett, and Billy Idol, and so many others. But fingers crossed on those. But yeah, that's currently what we're looking at right now, is trying to get me across the pond. But I'm
Hmm.
excited.
Yeah. So is that like a? I'm just thinking because I would want to go see you if it's a live show.
Yeah.
Yes. So maybe because I was considering hopping over in the spring or summer again. So maybe this could be another reason to do
Could
so.
this be a collab?
Could we?
Could
I mean, we
we?
could. Yeah, I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll definitely touch base about that. But
Absolutely.
congrats on definitely the across the pond ventures because it's great over there. It's really great over there.
Yeah, so I've heard. My parents
Mm-hmm.
just went there, I think, in the summer, which I'm very jealous about.
Mm-hmm.
They went to Edinburgh, and it's just so beautiful there. They saw Highland cows, and those were like the cutest cows ever to exist, and I'm
I
just
love them.
envious. They got to
Oh my
pet them,
goodness.
and I'm like, how dare you? How
It's a
dare
beautiful
you?
place.
It is. It
Beautiful,
is so
beautiful place.
marvelous.
Yeah, you'll love London. Trying to think, I definitely might have some Paris venues for you too. I don't know if you're going over there, but
No, I don't.
let's see.
Not yet. Not
It's a
yet.
quick train ride. It's a
Mm-hmm.
quick train ride, kind of a skip and a jump. We do have a question here that says, does Bella have a preference for single or dual coil pickups, and if so, why? And B. Kephart, hope I'm, yeah, that is the username. They're an avid watcher of the lives, so that is their question.
Um, no, I do not. I am not.
Simple answer.
No. I am not particular about that stuff. I'm like, if it sounds good, it sounds good. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm
Yeah.
not like, I am, I play the instruments. I don't know the inner mechanisms. I could tune a guitar, I could change the strings, I could fix them, whatever instrument I'm playing, I could fix it. But if you give me a name of something or like something on it, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I know whammy bar and pickup, and that's it. Like everything else is completely foreign to me. Um, which is I feel like I should know more, but hey, it is what it is. What are you gonna do?
I feel you
But
because some people are like avid studio gear, folk, single coil, dual coil,
and I'm
everything
like
really.
what the fuck is that? Like I don't know what that is.
No, it's like we just want to go play. Like let's
I
go
just
on
want to play,
stage and
man. But
prance around. Yes,
to answer
absolutely.
your
So
question, I don't fucking know what you're talking about.
right, we love the transparency. Like that's why we appreciate our sound guys,
Mhm.
our like sound engineers. We really love you guys.
Mhm.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, I feel like you're a performer. You're a performer,
I mean,
absolutely. So that's where your
produce
heart
I
is.
produce all my music and like I mix it and master it
Oh
and
shit.
like I
Okay.
know how to
Yeah.
finagle the stuff, but if you are to give me technical terms of anything I do, like I'm like I don't know what that is. If you point to it, then I'm like, "Oh, that thingy?" I'm like, "Yeah." You know what I mean? Like I don't know the technical terms. I haven't studied it. Maybe I
Yeah, so
should.
you just learn by patterns pretty much, like
Yeah.
patterns and
Yeah, I'm
pattern
familiar with
recognition.
like the
Yeah.
mathematics of it all, and I could work it like that. But if you're gonna give me like labels, I have no clue. No clue.
Yeah, it makes sense though. It makes sense. And honestly, mixing and mastering your own music is one of the biggest hurdles to even like get above as an artist. It really is. Like you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh like this
Dude,
thing, this mic.
dude,
Yeah, people are like, "Kate, where's the music?"
you
And I'm
have
like,
a better setup than I do. Trust. This is it, and I don't have a soundboard or any. This is it.
that is so
That's it.
sick though.
Where
That
I
is so sick.
record my music is there. Where I do my videos is there. Like I don't have a thing. Like I don't have one of those like sound like proof thing. I
They all
fucking hate
sound
it.
great though. Like
Thank
your
you.
mixing is spot on. It sounds really good. Like I'm just
Thanks.
laughing because like
Dude,
yeah, it's the neurodivergent vibe. I want to like have somebody here to collab with so I can like learn how to use it with somebody else. It's like oh
if you
goodness, I spent a lot of my
ever need
time
help with that
deciding.
stuff, I got you. I got you.
girl.
Trust. I'm still
Absolute
learning too, but we'll learn together. We'll learn together.
rock god. Like I've been like doodling around with GarageBand. Do you have a DAW that you like to
Logic.
use? Logic?
Hmm.
Nice. Nice, nice. I
GarageBand
feel
was I grew up using GarageBand because I was like I'm just gonna jump to Logic because I'm already familiar kind of with the formatting. But GarageBand I didn't stop using GarageBand. No, I started using Logic up until like 2 years ago. So like
oh, nice.
Self-Care, the original season of The Witch, all those were on GarageBand. People always knock it because it's like free
Yeah,
and like more simplistic version of Logic, but trust, it does the job.
it
It really does
does.
the job.
Yeah, I like the simplicity of it all. DAWs like Cubase or anything like that is a hard pass from me.
Pro
Too many.
Tools,
Yeah,
I got
for
I got
real.
Pro Tools for free through my college, and I like was like, you know what? It's fucking free. Why not?
Yeah,
No, because my mind
free
is
DAWs are best.
already pre-programmed with like GarageBand and Logic, so I'm like going to another one. It's like, whoa, this is not it for me.
You
But yeah,
figured it out though. You have a formula, and it really works. Really, really works what you're doing. Yep, B Cut Part says music sounds amazing. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
thank you.
So definitely rock on. And I always feel bad because sometimes, like right when the live streams are gonna end, is when people start like rolling in. But what we're gonna do is I always post these after, and they're always just very easygoing chats. So definitely check out Bella's page. I do have her linked right here, and I will tag her again. But thank you so much for coming on to chat. I
Thank
always
you for having
support
me.
you. Always,
Same
always.
here, man. Same here.
Yeah.
Thank you for
You're
having
you're
me.
seriously so fantastic. And I'm not kissing your ass. I genuinely mean that. You have a great vocal tone, bro.
Thank
You
you.
really do. So I'll touch base with you about Europe because
Please
that's
do.
kind of exciting. That's kind of exciting. I was looking for more reasons to go. So yes.
You better. You better go. I'm expecting a collab like in the spring with
Yeah.
you. I'm holding
Yeah,
you
I
to
haven't.
that.
Yeah, I'm purposely not booking for that time so I can hopefully hop over. But yeah, yeah, definitely go follow her, you guys. Go follow, go follow. This will be posted if you're just tuning in. All right, have a good rest of your day, girl. Take
All right,
care.
you too. Bye. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.